Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Americans and fellow preppers, the clock is inevitably ticking down. Are you truly prepared for what's on the horizon? Today I'm bringing you an in-depth conversation about an issue that we simply can't overlook: the 6 essential preps you need to stockpile before a potentially devastating mainland attack hits the US. This isn't about spreading fear, it's about being prudent and smart. Imagine waking up tomorrow to a world fundamentally changed. Could you confidently say you're ready to protect and provide for your loved ones? In this video, we'll delve deep into the specifics of what you need to get ready. We're talking critical supplies that could make an immense difference between chaos and security. Your family's survival could depend on these preparations. So stick around as we cover each crucial item in detail. Trust me, you won't want to miss a second of this. Let's fortify our homes, safeguard our families, and ensure that when the time comes, we are not caught unprepared. Buckle up, and let's dive into these life-saving essentials. 6 Water. Stockpile water before disaster strikes. Let's break down why it's crucial, how much you need, and the best strategies to safely store and purify your water supply. Buckle up, because this is vital information that could make all the difference when the unexpected happens. First off, let's set the stage with some hard numbers. The general guideline is to have at least 1 gallon of water per person per day. This isn't just for drinking, it also covers cooking and basic hygiene needs. So if you're prepping for one person for a whole year, we're talking about 365 gallons. Sounds like a lot. Think about having a family of 4, that's a whopping 1,460 gallons for the year. Storing this much water requires a solid plan, ample space, and some know-how. Alright, now let's talk options. The simplest way to start is by grabbing bottled water. It's convenient, clean, and has a decent shelf life. However, stocking enough bottled water for an entire year can be expensive and take up a lot of space. Picture your garage filled with cases of bottled water, not the most efficient use of space, right? Enter food-grade water containers. These come in various sizes and are specifically designed for water storage, ensuring no harmful chemicals leach into your water. These containers are a more sustainable and space-efficient way to store large quantities of water. When you store water, keep it in a cool, dark place to prevent algae growth and maintain freshness. But owning water isn't just about having it on hand, it's about keeping it safe. In a crisis, water can become as precious as gold. You'll need to protect it from theft or contamination. Remember, water can go bad. If you're using bottled water, rotate your stock regularly. If you're using larger containers, treat the water with unscented chlorine bleach, about 8 drops per gallon, and rotate it every 6 to 12 months. Okay, say your water supply gets contaminated or you're running low. Knowing how to purify water on the fly is essential. Boiling is a tried and true method. Boil your water for at least a minute to kill most pathogens. No heating source? No problem. Use unscented household bleach, 5 to 8% sodium hypochlorite, adding about 8 drops per gallon of water. Stir well and let it sit for 30 minutes. There are also advanced water filters and distillation methods out there, but make sure you have the correct equipment and know-how. Rainwater collection can be another valuable source. It's relatively easy to gather using rain barrels or other collection systems. However, since rainwater can pick up contaminants from the air and whatever surface it lands on, make sure to purify it before use. If you find yourself in a dire situation needing more water, you'll have to scout for natural sources like rivers, lakes, and streams. While these can be good options, remember they often require purification. Groundwater from wells can be reliable, but exercise caution, especially if public water systems might have been compromised in a disaster scenario. In some conditions, you can even collect dew in the early morning by using a piece of cloth to soak it up, then wringing it out into a container. Outline these strategies and start your water stockpile today. This critical prep step ensures that when a crisis hits, you won't be scrambling to find a safe and reliable water source. Proper planning, protection, and purification knowledge will keep you hydrated and healthy, no matter what the future holds. By making water a priority in your disaster prep plan, you're taking a significant step towards ensuring your family's safety and well-being. 5. Light, power, and fuel your lifeline in a crisis. In times of crisis, such as a prolonged invasion, having a dependable source of light, power, and fuel is not just about maintaining comfort, it's about sheer survival. To start, let's talk about fuel stockpiling. This is not a one-size-fits-all scenario. Your approach to fuel storage should be personalized based on your specific needs and the space you have available. If you're using a generator, the general guideline is to have enough fuel to last for at least 2 weeks. Depending on your usage, this could be anywhere from 50 to several hundred gallons. Different fuels have different shelf lives, and this is crucial to understand. Propane, for example, has a significantly longer shelf life compared to gasoline or diesel. If you opt for gasoline or diesel, you'll need to use fuel stabilizers and implement a rotation plan to prevent it from going bad. Safety is paramount when it comes to fuel storage. Store fuel in certified containers and keep it in a cool, dry place. Always comply with local laws to ensure safety and legal compliance. And don't forget about security. Your fuel supply could be a target. Consider using lockable and discreet storage options to keep your fuel secure from would-be thieves. Now, let's discuss generators. In a long-term emergency, durability and fuel efficiency are key. Diesel generators are known for their longevity and reliability, making them a solid choice. Another option to consider is inverter generators. They're especially useful if you need to power sensitive electronics, thanks to their efficiency and quieter operation. Owning a generator is not enough. Regular maintenance is critical. Keep spare parts handy and, if possible, learn some basic repair skills. This knowledge could make the difference between a functional generator and one that fails when you need it most. But remember, generators are not your only option for power. Solar power systems offer an excellent, sustainable alternative. Though they require a significant upfront investment, they can pay off in the long run, especially if you live in an area with ample sunlight. Wind turbines are another viable option if you reside in a windy region. And for smaller, immediate power needs, you can get creative with bicycle or hand-crank generators. These can be excellent DI projects and are invaluable in emergencies. Lighting is another critical component of your crisis preparation. LED lanterns and flashlights offer energy-efficient, long-lasting solutions for your lighting needs. Make sure to stock up on batteries or, even better, invest in rechargeable ones along with a solar charger. Candles and oil lamps are also worth having on hand. But always be mindful of the fire risk. Properly managing your lighting can make a significant impact on your ability to function and feel safe during a prolonged crisis. Protecting your equipment and supplies is non-negotiable. Ensure everything is securely locked up and be discreet about what you have to avoid drawing unwanted attention. Regular maintenance checks are vital. Keep an eye out for leaks, corrosion, and other signs of wear and tear. Prevention is always better than cure. Preparing for a scenario like an invasion requires comprehensive planning around light and power sources. Diversify your power sources, be it generators, solar power, or wind turbines, to ensure you're covered if one fails. Plan your fuel storage carefully, considering both the quantity you need and how to store it safely. Don't neglect the importance of regular maintenance and security measures. Remember, there's no universal solution. Tailor your preparation to your specific situation and needs. In times of crisis, being prepared can make all the difference between survival and hardship. 4. Enhance your surveillance capabilities like a pro. In the event of a mainland attack or any high-threat situation, one of the most critical factors in ensuring your safety is ramping up your surveillance and early warning systems. This isn't just about having a smattering of fancy gadgets. This is about giving yourself a fighting chance and gaining a tactical edge. So let's delve into what it takes to set up a comprehensive surveillance system. First on the list are surveillance cameras. But not just any cameras, the tough ones that can withstand any weather conditions and provide clear footage, even in the dark. We're talking about weatherproof, night vision cameras. These cameras are crucial because they offer round-the-clock vigilance, regardless of the conditions. Going wireless with IP cameras is a smart move, especially those models equipped with battery backups. Why is this important? Because if the power goes out, which is a likely scenario in high-threat situations, you'll still have operational surveillance. Furthermore, most IP cameras allow you to monitor your property remotely via a smartphone or computer. How many cameras should you have? This depends on the size of your property, but the rule of thumb is to ensure all entry points and the entire perimeter are covered. Pay special attention to blind spots, areas that might not be in your direct line of sight but could be potential entry points for intruders. Remember, placing the cameras higher can give you a broader field of view and make it harder for intruders to tamper with them. Next up are drones, which are not just fancy toys but serious surveillance tools. A good drone can be your eyes in the sky, providing a vantage point that's otherwise impossible. Opt for drones that come with cameras, and if you can, choose models with night vision or thermal imaging capabilities. These features will allow you to scout your property and its surroundings even in low light conditions or complete darkness. Battery life and range are essential factors to consider when choosing a drone. You don't want a drone that dies on you when you need it the most. Use these drones to survey your property, especially when it's too risky to venture out yourself. This aerial perspective can offer you critical information about what's happening around you, giving you a significant advantage. Infrared IR motion sensors are another layer of defense that's worth investing in. These sensors can be standalone units or integrated into your camera system. Place them around your property, especially along pathways and entry points an intruder might use. These sensors are highly effective at night as they can detect movement in total darkness. Make sure these sensors are set up to alert you immediately when they detect motion. Thermal imaging devices also play a crucial role in your surveillance arsenal. Handheld cameras or scopes that use thermal imaging can be invaluable for spotting heat signatures when visibility is poor, such as during nighttime. This means you can detect people or vehicles that would be otherwise invisible, providing you with vital information about potential threats. Ground sensors are another essential component. These can include seismic sensors that detect vibrations from footsteps or vehicles. Bury these sensors along pathways and near strategic points around your property. When these sensors pick up vibrations, they will alert you to movement, even if you can't see the intruder. This early warning can give you crucial time to prepare. Let's not forget some general considerations that are vital for the effectiveness of your entire surveillance setup. Power sources are crucial. Ensure all your devices are connected to reliable power sources, like solar chargers or battery backups. Redundancy is key. Always have backups for your backups. Keeping your devices discreet and hidden from plain sight is also important to prevent tampering. And always ensure you are within legal boundaries with your surveillance methods. The last thing you want is to get into legal trouble while trying to protect your home and loved ones. When an alert is triggered, it's vital to verify the information through multiple sources before taking action. Communication is another critical component. Have a plan in place to inform family members or allies immediately about any intrusion. If the situation seems overwhelming, be ready to evacuate. And if you decide to defend your position, use the surveillance data to strategically position yourself and anticipate the intruder's movements. To sum up, a mix of surveillance cameras, drones, IR motion sensors, thermal imaging devices, and ground sensors can enhance your security massively in a high-threat scenario. But remember, it's not just about installing these devices, it's about proper placement, regular maintenance, and knowing how to interpret and act on the information they provide. In dire situations, being prepared can make all the difference between safety and catastrophe. 3 food stockpiling essentials. First, let's talk about the types of food you should be stockpiling. The foundation of any long-term food supply is grains. These include rice, pasta, oats, and quinoa. Grains are fantastic because they're packed with energy and have an impressively long shelf life. For a family of 4, you should aim for around 400 pounds of grains for the year. That might sound like a lot, but it breaks down to about a pound per person per day. It's not just for your main meals, there'll be some extra for other culinary needs as well. Next up are beans and legumes. These are your go-to sources of protein and are indispensable for maintaining your health over long periods. Aim to stockpile about 60 to 70 pounds per person for the year. Beans and legumes are incredibly versatile, fitting into a myriad of recipes, and are crucial for keeping your muscles strong and your body energized. Canned goods are another essential part of your crisis pantry. Think of vegetables, fruits, and meats in cans. These are invaluable because they don't require cooking, making them lifesavers in emergency situations. About 365 cans per person should do the trick, ensuring you have 1 can a day to keep your nutrient intake varied. This can be a game changer when resources are tight or in situations where cooking isn't an option. Let's not forget dairy. Powdered milk and other dairy products are vital for calcium and vitamin D. You should budget around 75 pounds per person for a year. These items can be used in breakfasts and cooking various meals, ensuring you don't miss out on essential nutrients. Dried fruits and nuts are another key stockpile. They're excellent for snacking and adding to meals. For a family member, you need about 60 pounds for the year. These items don't just offer a quick energy boost, they're also packed with calories and nutrients, making them indispensable for long-term survival. Now, here's something that's relatively new in the prepping world but incredibly useful: freeze-dried meals. These are super lightweight, don't take up much space, and have a long shelf life. For practical purposes, consider stocking about 365 freeze-dried meals per person. This offers you a backup meal option every day, making meal preparation a breeze when time and resources are limited. When it comes to keeping all this food safe, storage is critical. Store everything in a cool, dry place. Go with airtight containers to keep pests and moisture out. Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers are fantastic for grains and beans, offering an additional layer of protection. Given that food can be as valuable as gold during a crisis, security is paramount. Keep your stockpile hidden and consider splitting it into smaller caches so you don't risk losing everything at once. Regularly check your stockpile for spoilage or pests, and always use the oldest items first. It's all about rotation and ensuring nothing goes to waste. But what if you face unexpected shortages or your stockpile gets compromised? Backup plans are crucial. Growing your own food can be a game changer. Whether you have a garden in your backyard or utilize container gardening in a city apartment, fresh produce is a renewable food source that can significantly boost your food security. Bartering is also a smart move. Keep items like batteries, medicine, and extra food that you can trade for other essentials. During tough times, these can be invaluable for acquiring what you need when money isn't an option. Learning to forage can also supplement your food supply. Familiarize yourself with local edible plants and the safest ways to gather them. This skill can make a huge difference, potentially providing you with nutritious additions to your diet without depleting your stockpile. Moreover, if circumstances allow, hunting and fishing can provide fresh meat. These skills can be indispensable in a long-term survival situation, offering high-value food options that aren't reliant on your stored supplies. 2. Protection. If you're trying to figure out how to safeguard yourself and your home during a year-long enemy invasion, it's critical to get serious about adding some extra layers of security. And no, this isn't just about hoarding supplies, it's about being smart and prepared in both personal and home defense. So, let's break down what this really means and how to implement these strategies effectively. First up is personal protection. This is all about self-defense, and it's super personal because it varies based on where you live, the laws in your area, and what you're comfortable with. One of the most popular choices is firearms. But remember, it's not just about owning a gun. It's about selecting the right firearm for your specific needs. For home defense, think about something like a shotgun or a handgun. These are typically easier to handle and effective in short-range scenarios. For those planning to hunt for food, a rifle would be advantageous. But merely possessing a weapon isn't enough. Here's the crucial part: you need proper training. It's essential to learn how to handle your firearms safely and efficiently. Attend shooting classes and practice regularly. Make sure you understand the local laws regarding firearm ownership and usage. Proper storage of firearms and ammunition is just as important to ensure that unauthorized individuals cannot access them. Speaking of ammo, having a few hundred rounds per firearm is generally a good starting point. This should be sufficient for both practice and defense. Now, it's important to acknowledge that firearms aren't for everyone, and that's perfectly okay. There are several non-lethal options for those who prefer alternative methods of protection. Pepper spray, stun guns, and tactical flashlights are excellent options that can be highly effective and carry far fewer risks than firearms. These can incapacitate a would-be attacker long enough for you to get to safety. Another fantastic route to explore is self-defense training. Whether you sign up for a martial arts class or a basic self-defense course, being physically fit and knowing how to defend yourself without weapons can be a huge asset. Practice regularly to keep your skills sharp and your body fit, both of which are vital in a crisis situation. Now, let's talk about fortifying your home. This isn't about transforming your place into an impenetrable bunker, but rather making it safer and more secure against potential threats. Start with the basics: your doors and windows. Every entry point in your house should be as secure as possible. Upgrade to stronger doors, add extra locks or deadbolts, and consider reinforcing your windows, especially the ones on the ground floor. These simple steps can make a huge difference in improving your home's security. Security systems are another great investment. These can range from basic alarms to sophisticated setups featuring cameras and remote monitoring capabilities. Lighting can also deter would-be intruders. Ensure that your property is well lit with exterior lights, and consider installing motion sensor lights. These can surprise and scare off potential intruders before they even get close to your home. If you have the means and ability, setting up a safe room can be invaluable. This is a reinforced space within your home where you can retreat to in case of imminent danger. Equip your safe room with essential supplies like water, food, a first aid kit, and communication devices. This space should offer a secure environment where you can hunker down until help arrives or the threat passes. When it comes to stockpiling supplies, like ammo and non-lethal weapons, a balanced approach is key. Have around a few hundred rounds per firearm for practice in defense. For non-lethal weapons, aim to have a couple of each type per adult in your home. It's always good to have backups in case one option fails. And if you're considering home defense materials like extra locks or security systems, plan according to your house size and specific needs. For instance, if you decide to add deadbolts, ensure each external door is equipped. The principle here is simple: tailor your protection plan to match your living situation and potential threats you might face. But remember, having all this gear is just half the battle. You also need to know how to use it effectively, keep your skills sharp, and maintain your equipment regularly. This means consistently practicing with your firearms and staying up to date with self-defense skills. It's all about maintaining a state of preparedness. Equally important is staying informed about local laws and regulations regarding self-defense and home fortification. Your safety and legal standing should always be your top priority. Ignorance of the law isn't an excuse in a court of law, so make it a point to know and follow the rules in your jurisdiction. So there you have it, some essential tips and strategies to enhance your protection during a long-term crisis. Remember, preparedness isn't just about what you have, it's about what you know and how well you've practiced using your tools and skills. Stay safe and prepared, folks. Want a well-equipped set of tools for repairs? First off, let's get into the basics: hand tools. Think of these as the bread and butter of your toolkit. You'll need a variety of screwdrivers, flathead, Phillips, and Torx. These are indispensable for a multitude of tasks, from tightening a loose knob on your kitchen cabinet to more intricate repairs. A reliable hammer is another no-brainer, aiding in everything from construction to simple household fixes. Pliers? You better believe it. Grab yourself a few types: needle nose, regular, and locking pliers, because each has unique uses. Wrenches are just as critical. Ensure you have adjustable wrenches and a complete set of combination wrenches, plus a collection of Allen keys. When it comes to cutting tools, a handsaw, hacksaw for metal, and a wood saw are indispensable. And let's not forget a utility knife. This is your go-to tool for numerous cutting tasks. Now, what about power tools? A cordless drill can be an absolute game changer. It's not just for drilling holes, it's perfect for driving screws too. You'll also want a collection of drill and screwdriver bits to broaden its versatility. A circular saw is another must-have, especially for modifying or repairing your shelter. Its ability to slice through wood and other materials can be a lifesaver. Now let's talk about automotive repair tools. Skimping on these could leave you stranded during critical moments. A well-rounded socket set is vital for vehicle maintenance. Don't depend on the flimsy jack that likely came with your car. Invest in a robust one, along with a solid tire iron. Jumper cables are a must-have for dead batteries and keep a fierce stock of vehicle fluids. Moving on to specialty tools, a multimeter will be your best friend when diagnosing electrical issues, while a soldering iron comes in handy for repairing electronics. Pipe wrenches are essential for plumbing, and a set of wire strippers and crimpers will cover your electrical repairs. That's not all. Several miscellaneous supplies can make all the difference. Duct tape and electrical tape are near magical items for solving a range of problems. Superglue and epoxy prove invaluable for bonding various materials, while lubricants like WD-40 can fix everything from rusty bolts to basic lubrication needs. Now, let's talk storage and maintenance. Keeping your tools organized and in top condition is crucial. Use a durable toolbox or tool chest to store them and make sure they're portable. Regularly clean and oil your tools to prolong their lifespan and ensure they're ready to go when you need them most. Having a well-equipped set of tools offers you significant versatility. These tools are designed to handle different scenarios, making them invaluable. Moreover, self-reliance is crucial. Owning these tools and knowing how to use them means you won't have to rely on external help, which may not be available during a crisis. This level of readiness is about empowering yourself to handle various repairs and tasks that might arise. Investing in these tools now is cost-effective in the long run. You might think buying a full set of tools is expensive, but consider the money you'll save on hiring professionals or dealing with more significant issues later. It's a penny spent today to save a pound tomorrow. Let's face it, having a well-stocked toolkit isn't just a smart move, it's a necessity for surviving in times of crisis. But remember, possessing these tools isn't enough. Knowledge is power. Take the time now, while things are stable, to familiarize yourself with each tool and its use. Don't wait until an emergency situation forces you to learn on the fly. To recap, a well-equipped set of tools is essential for survival in a crisis. This isn't just about fixing things, it's about maintaining your equipment, performing necessary repairs, and increasing your self-sufficiency. We hope for the best always, but being prepared for the worst is non-negotiable. In conclusion, preparing for a potential attack or crisis situation is not just about stockpiling essentials, it's about ensuring you have the right tools and skills to handle any scenario that might come your way. From maintaining a well-equipped toolkit to staying informed about legal regulations, every aspect of your preparation should be thorough and thoughtful. The 6 crucial preps outlined, ranging from protective gear and self-defense training to essential tools and vehicle repair kits, form a robust foundation for your readiness strategy. Remember, the essence of preparedness lies not just in what you have, but in your ability to effectively use these resources. By investing time and effort now, you empower yourself to stay safe, self-reliant, and resilient in the face of uncertainty. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and above all, stay prepared.